inches, one broke bone. Yeah. Both occasionally break the rules. Maintainer and defender, scars we don't show. Blood from the war still stuck in our soul. Truth in the glass for the nights we don't sleep. Warriors of whiskey for the brothers we keep. Warriors and whiskey. Steel and smoke, don't test me. Warriors and whiskey. Built from grit, not pretty. Crack the bottle, lock it in, let's go.
What's up, guys? I'm Matt.
And I'm Hayden.
This is Warriors and Whiskey Real Talk.
I'm already tangled up.
Oh, boy. We're starting out great.
Yeah, we're right on it. Right
Per
on
the
it.
usual. Yep. So, yeah, that's Matt and Hayden. That's what you get out of this. Okay?
Dang it.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah. So, welcome back. We're up to, I don't know, 7-ish episodes,
I think so. 7 or 8.
Yeah. So exciting.
Dude, I feel like, I don't know why. Like, I guess I do a little bit. We're recording this a little bit later, but I feel like we haven't done this in forever, and it's only been a week.
Yeah.
You know?
I know. Yeah, I actually look forward to every time we record.
Yeah, so do I. I'm just sitting here thinking, I was like, dang, we really, like, we hung out a little bit, but I feel like we haven't done this or talked about this. It's only been a couple days since we discussed an episode, but it felt like forever.
Yeah, we talked about it just a couple days ago.
I know,
2
but
days
it
ago.
feels like
So, dude,
I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, no, me too. Yeah, no, I really enjoy this, and we really appreciate y'all's comments. We've been getting quite a bit of comments, both on Facebook and just text messages from people that we know in YouTube. So it's really cool. So we really appreciate y'all. We encourage you guys to share, and get it out there to the people that maybe we don't know that are in your group. That are outside of just, Hayden and I. So we got a pretty cool episode today.
Yeah, man. Fired up.
Pretty excited about this one. So we're going to talk a little bit about the old and the young.
Yeah.
And kind of, raising our kids, some things that we want to teach them, some values and stuff. And if you see up front, we have two bottles, and it's interesting because here we go again with there we go. Hey, it worked. My damn phone. So we have Old Forester 1924, which is a 10-year-old bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Old Forester has been around since the beginning of time. If I was actually good at this podcast, I would have researched how long they've been around. So I'm not even going to guess. I want to say it was the late 1800s, but I don't know. Look that up for me, somebody.
Yeah, they are old. That's for sure.
10-year bourbon, and then we got Pendleton, and it's a 4-year bourbon. It's what most bourbon drinkers would call a baby bourbon, right? A younger, not quite as aged. And Pendleton hasn't been around nearly as long as Old Forester, right?
Well, shoot, just look at the difference in the color.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a much deeper color over here in the Old Forester.
Yeah.
There is.
Big time.
So, yeah. We're also going to throw something new at you. We're not going to have a pour tonight.
No pour.
No pour.
I'm going to have a drink, but
yeah, there you go.
I'm drinking Emergency because for the past couple days I have felt like dog crap. And I think I'm coming down with something, so I'm going to restrain myself today.
Yeah. Say you're not old. Or say you're getting old.
I am
without saying you're getting old.
I'm getting old, brother.
No. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm just not feeling it either. I've been a little bit tired, so I'm just going to hydrate. I got some water in here. But it's not going to stop us from talking about what we got up front.
No.
So the process of an older whiskey bourbon is it sits in a barrel. A lot of them even are double barreled. So they'll even transfer from barrel to barrel, and they sit there for a longer period of time. Most people will say that an older bourbon is 8 years or older.
Yeah.
That 4 to 6 range is usually your younger bourbons. 8 years or older, you're talking about, a much more mature bourbon, more highly aged bourbon. But there's value in both.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not somebody who just sticks with the older, more mature. I know some friends that are like, I'm not drinking if it's not at least 10 years old. That's fine.
Yeah. Which
That's fine.
everybody's got their own preferences,
Yeah. But I think that there's good to both. So what we're going to talk about today is, obviously Hayden and I, we're on the older side. We're the more finely aged.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about bringing values to our kids,
Yeah.
and raising our families, and what that means. So beyond making money, beyond, we talked about last episode, we talked about having the right gear,
Yep.
or hunting, fishing, and just in life. Beyond all that, we're raising the next generation, especially you.
Yeah.
You've got younger ones. We were just talking about that,
Yep.
Yours are younger. My son is 19, and we'll talk about the differences there, which I think is kind of cool. We can show some parallels.
Yeah.
But
we're going to hit both sides of that bell curve,
Yeah, for sure. They and it's, we're going to talk about the parallels. We're going to talk about just the differences of me having he's an adult, and then you still having time,
Mhm.
because my raising my son is now pretty much walking through life with him.
Yeah.
And dealing with things like, I don't know, making decisions about like going to Chicago in the middle of the wintertime with $100 in his pocket and his
Yeah.
Jeep breaking down, those kinds of
Those
decisions.
types of things. Yeah.
So it's really fun for me to come over to your house and watch you with your kids,
Mhm.
because I think about, man, I'm done with that,
Yeah.
because I ain't having no more. I love my son and I love kids. I love other people's kids
Yeah.
way more than I love my own.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to have any more. So I think having the concept and the idea of paralleling this with the depth of an older bourbon and the depth that we bring to the younger generation,
Yeah.
to our kids, and then what that does and how that ages them and grows them.
Well, I think about like, an older bourbon, and just from what I've learned over the last few years, the process that it takes to get that barrel ready for the pour, right? For the actual bottling.
Yeah.
And like, fun fact, I didn't know that bourbon, while it's in there, the longer it's in there, the more it evaporates.
Yeah,
And
I didn't either.
by the time they pop the barrel open, they've already lost a good amount.
Yeah.
I want to say I've heard anywhere up to 50% of what's put into it, depending on the age.
I was guessing like 5 to 10%. And I think he said like 30 something percent is lost,
which is crazy.
Yeah.
But I think about that. I feel like I'm similar to that barrel of bourbon, right? Because I'm older. Yeah. I've lost about 50%. Like,
yeah. I think I'm more like 60, but yeah, I've lost more than that.
Yeah.
I feel old as shit.
Yeah. But the product, right? I think I personally enjoy an older bourbon more than a younger. If I'm just sitting there having a sip. But the younger stuff, like that Pendleton there, when we first moved here to Wyoming, I was in my garage working on my motorcycle, and my neighbor came over and brought me a bottle of that. It was just, welcome to the neighborhood.
Nice.
Blah, blah, blah. That was the first time that I had actually had Pendleton. That it's pretty good for a younger bourbon.
It is. I enjoy it.
Yeah. It's not a bad pour at all.
No.
It's definitely a good one too if you just want to have like a bourbon and Coke.
It is. It's a good mixer too.
Tastes delicious.
Yeah. It's not bad in old fashioned either. I've actually made old fashioned.
I don't think I've had it.
Yeah, I've made a couple old fashions with it, because I really like my old fashions.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've had a couple old fashions. It's really good, and it's easy to find.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to set you back. It's in the $30 range.
Yeah.
Maybe 40 at best. If I recall, I bought that bottle for like $35.
Yeah.
And you can find it at damn near any liquor store.
Anywhere.
Yeah. And Pendleton hasn't been around an extremely long time. Nothing like, the B-Tax or,
Yeah.
Old Forester or any of them. They haven't been around since, the 19th century.
Yeah.
So they're just young all the way around.
Yep.
So like the depths and layers of time. And then I think it's easy for us, especially as men, to always be go,
Mhm.
just doing all the things, going to work, fixing all the stuff. And we sometimes lose sight and forget to just grow our kids.
Yeah.
And just raise our kids. Like what, for you, more so for me, and then me looking back, what do you want your kids, what lessons do you want them to know? What do you want them to learn
Mhm.
when they're grown and out there and you're no longer teaching them?
Yeah.
You're still dad, but, and then I look back and go, did I check all the boxes? Did I
Mhm.
get this right? Or did I really screw it up?
Yeah. Yeah, I think for me, man, that's a difficult question to answer because there's so many different things, But I guess I would just want them to know, like, how much I love them, and then kinda like what you had to do with your son the other day. He knew he could call you.
Yeah.
He had an emergency going on. He knew he could call you and rely on you. I want my kids to be able to think like that too,
Yeah.
no matter what it is. If it could be the most minuscule thing
Yeah.
to a major event. I just want them to know, like, if they ever need dad, that's what I'm here for, right?
Absolutely.
That's one of the things I tell my son because he's turning 10 this spring, and he's really starting to come around as far as like who he is and what his personality is, and
Yeah.
he's growing so dang fast, man.
Yeah.
Golly,
I know. I feel like every time I go over there, he's gained 2 or 3 inches.
yeah,
I'm like, damn, man.
yeah.
Stop.
He's up to Gene's shoulder now, like,
Yeah.
so he's gonna be a tall boy. But anytime he has a situation, like he gets in trouble at school, he's a little rambunctious, he's got energy, he's a boy, right? I was the same way.
Boys do that.
The teachers will talk to us, be like, "Hey, Cohen kind of did his own thing today." Again,
Oh,
we had to
I've
put
heard
him in
that
the
stuff.
hallway. We had to move a desk into the hallway so he could
Yeah.
actually concentrate.
Yeah.
So I have that dad talk, but I always tell him, like, buddy, like, when I'm having these conversations with you, it's not me trying to be mean to you. I'm trying to teach you something here because school is important. You don't want to be a dummy like your dad because I didn't pay attention in school. And he's incredibly smart.
Yeah.
He is very, very intelligent. If it's something that he is 100% interested in, it's almost like he's got photogenic memory. And he'll just blather it back. Like if you ever want to chew up a good hour of your time next time you're over at the house, ask him about black holes in outer space.
Oh,
and buckle up.
just sit down and get comfortable.
Oh,
Maybe have a pour, maybe a big one, right?
Yeah, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
he can go.
That's I like that though. That's good stuff.
No, I love it, man. But whenever I'm having those conversations with him, like I had to have a couple today, because like I told you, today I dealt with my kids just having both of them an attitude problem. I think they were both up messing around, playing last night. Either got on their tablet or something in their bed, or were reading a book because they didn't sleep well. But they both had attitude problems today.
Oof.
And I sat him down after he got calmed down, because we had just about a knockdown drag out this morning.
I can so see. Yeah.
It's funny because
I can hear you right now.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I try not to do the knife hand too much,
Yeah. Boy.
But I sat him down after he calmed down and was like, "Look, dude, like I'm not doing this to be an ass, right? I'm not doing this just to be mean. I'm trying to instill things into you. You have to be able to control that temper. And you damn sure ain't going to talk to me that way ever again. Do you understand?" He was like, "Yes, sir." And then we got better and had a better day and whatnot. But those are the things that I'm trying to teach him right now, because he's like me, and just on a dime, if he ain't having it, he's going to let you know.
He's done.
And my daughter, God bless her. She's just like her mother.
Phew.
Yeah.
I'm glad you know how to operate a gun. To be fair, this is what I mean by that. Okay. I don't mean for his daughter. I mean for all the boys.
Oh, dude.
Because you got your hands full with that one.
100%.
Yes. Yes. Like, I wish, this may sound really messed up. I wish for you had an ugly daughter. It'd make things a lot easier for you.
Yeah.
She's just a beautiful little girl. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh boy, Hayden. Ooh, I'm
Yeah.
glad I don't have a girl because
Yeah.
boy, I don't know what I would do.
Being a girl dad definitely changes things. you
Yeah.
know?
Oh yeah. 100%.
I was talking with my buddy. When was it that Gene cooked the jambalaya? Saturday. But he's got a little girl too.
Yeah.
And he was saying the same thing. He's like, oh, thank God she got my ears. Because
He's going to have the same problem.
Same problem.
She's a little cutie.
But yeah, we were joking about that, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm so happy she got my ears, and I hope they keep growing."
That's so funny.
Yeah, I think Cora is going to be more of a tomboy.
Yeah, I can see that.
She's into all that kind. She wants chickens and horses, a farm.
Hell yeah.
She wants to go fishing. She wants to go hunting with me.
Yeah.
My son, he's more of the indoorsy type kid. He likes video games and movies and books and stuff,
Yeah.
which, hey, to each their own.
Yeah.
I was the same way as a kid. Once I found out what video games were, good night. I just sat there.
Yeah.
But that's another thing that we, going back to that, like teaching our kids things is, on the weekends, you could play for a couple hours, but you ain't gonna sit there all day, son. Ain't happening. You're gonna get outside.
No. Yeah. Yeah. So you're talking about fishing. You've taken Cora fishing before, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Have you taken her hunting yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to hunt here yet.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hold off until we get to Mississippi.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier. There's no lottery. You can just go buy your tags.
Yeah.
I feel like the land situation's a lot easier too. As far as like bringing kids with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because around here, man, we got big cats, mountain lions. We got big bears.
Yeah.
There's moose.
Yeah.
If I took them hunting around here, I wouldn't be able to pay attention.
Because you'd be,
I'd be watching them the whole time and
Yeah.
head on a swivel, right? Which you should be that way. But at least in Mississippi, the worst thing you're going to have to worry about is a snake on the ground or a wild pig.
Yeah.
But a lot of hunting down there is sitting in a tree stand. So, but she wants to go bad.
That's awesome.
She wants to kill a deer.
That's awesome.
I'll put on hunting shows, and she'll just come in and sit right down on my lap. We just sit there and we'll watch Buck Commander or
Nice. I love me some Buck Commander.
Bone Collector.
Yeah.
To the point where she even knows like their names, and she'll count the points and be like, "That's a younger buck, Daddy." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right."
Yeah. Sure. I like that.
But that's something that, I am definitely going to teach my kids, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like that goes back to our heritage as Americans, right?
Yeah.
People hunted fish for their food.
Yeah.
And I think you need to be able to do that, because if sugar turns to shit
and
Walmart don't exist no more,
mm-hmm.
I want them to be able to go out and got to get a
I
meal.
think that's super important. Also think about the lessons learned.
Oh yeah.
When hunting and fishing, especially this generation, they're so used to just instant gratification, things instantly. Hunting and fishing there's nothing instant about it.
Well, it's like we talked about that on a previous podcast. There's a reason they don't call it killing and catching.
Yep,
It's hunting
exactly.
and
Yeah,
fishing.
there's a process, and it takes time,
Yep.
and it takes effort, and it takes planning. And I think the life lessons.
Yeah.
With Connor, he grew up hunting and fishing with me. And every once in a while, I'll be talking to him. He'll bring up a time. Like, Dad, do you remember when?
The stories, man.
We were out and recently, I want to say it was a few weeks ago, we were talking about some stuff. And he was like, Dad, do you remember when we went hunting on base at Barksdale, and we were sitting in that box stand?
That's awesome.
And I was talking to you, and you keep telling me to be quiet. and then that 8-point walked up on us. And I killed it, and it was all mine, and all.
Yep.
And I was like, "Yeah, son, I do." And I remember when I would get upset because we didn't ever see anything for a long time, and you would explain to me that it just takes a while.
Yeah.
And he said that's kind of life. Yeah,
There you go.
I did something right, folks. Okay, I might have screwed everything else up, but I did something right. He at least brought the parallel to hunting and life.
Yeah, man.
And the lessons you get out of that.
Mhm.
Not to mention just the valuable time that you don't have a damn cell phone.
Yes.
That you're not getting calls. There's no distractions. There's no kids coming to the door asking. It's just you and your kid or kids,
Yep.
right? And that valuable, that personal time that dads get during those times,
Mhm.
I think is just you can't put a price tag on.
Yeah.
It,
Well, just like the story aspect of it right there, right? He was excited to reminisce with you about that time.
Yeah.
I remember when I finally killed a deer, and I knew from that point on, I had a hunting story. So when we're at camp or we're just sitting around next to a fire and everybody's telling their stories, I get to tell one now.
Yeah.
You know? And having that, doing that with my dad teach me all those things, how to do that, and then processing the deer, that you could teach so much from that.
Yes.
I process all my own meat.
I do the same thing.
Yeah. And I killed a doe in Oklahoma. My buddy let me hunt his property. Took a nice sized doe too. But after letting it hang for a couple days, I could just hear his tail slapping in there.
Thanks, Dexter. So my dog's sitting on the couch.
He's just staring
at us, wagging his tail. He's got a big ass tail.
Yeah,
that thing is deadly.
Sounds like a kid with a wiffle ball bat.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to register that thing as a weapon on base or something, because that thing, it is a weapon. It'll get you.
Yeah.
He knows we're talking about him.
Yeah.
So come here, boy.
But no. So after letting it hang for a couple days, I brought it down in the garage, and I started processing it. My kids came out, and then the neighbors came out, and their kids came out. And they're all about the same age.
Okay.
Man, you would have thought that I was out there butchering a human being, the way that the neighbors and their kids reacted.
Yeah.
But Cora, she walked right over and just grabbed the head by the ears and was like, "Look at that!" And held it up.
That's awesome.
I'm like, yeah, that's my girl.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But yeah, man, I think it's something. There's so many different things that I feel like I need to pass down to my kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
But thankfully, this is one thing that just between the military, my family and friends who have kids, especially like yours is older.
Yeah.
My buddy, his kids are older, and I reach out all the time to people like this, like, "Hey, I got a question.
Yeah.
Am I doing this right?"
Don't ask me. I screwed up.
But no, it's I feel like I had a pretty good like leg up when it came to some stuff like that, because I was surrounded by people who had raised a whole family already.
Yeah.
But there's still, there's those one-offs, where it's like, I got to figure this out. Or is my kid going to grow up to be an asshole?
Yeah.
Is he going to grow up to be a recluse and live in our basement for 30 years?
You won't let that happen.
No, absolutely.
I was going to say, I can answer that one question. I can answer for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
No matter what happens, that won't be a thing.
Well, I just think about a lot of those things, because like passing on to that next generation, right? I want to make sure I do it right, because when they have kids, I would like to think that they're going to lean on me for some help,
Yeah.
So I want to definitely instill into them that, like I said, they can call old dad for anything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, that was as Connor got a little older, 10, 11, 12, and then into his teenage years. My number one concern was building a relationship and trust that no matter what, he could come to me.
Yeah.
We might have a tough conversation. There might be, might be some, punishment involved.
Yep.
You know, it might have to take accountability for some actions, but no matter what, I'm not going to judge him,
Mm-hmm.
and he feels comfortable coming to me because I'd rather, you know, that relationship to where we can talk about things when they're younger, before they're adults and really on their own, and learn from the mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, there's I forgot, I read a book or listened to a podcast or something. I cannot remember for the life of me. I was trying to tell somebody else where I got it from because I can't take credit for this. But anyway, somebody had said something to the effect of, you got to let your kids do dangerous things safely.
Yes.
You know,
I've heard that before.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think that's real.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't not let them make mistakes.
Yeah.
You got to let them fail and not make it like it's the end of the world or
Mhm.
that they're wrong. You know, I remember you talking about training wheels and a bike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Took the training wheels off my son's bike, and
yeah,
we had him out in the road and was running and doing all that stuff, and he was doing okay, you know. Miscalculated, I think, his turn and his speed, and
it
just
happens.
piled up. Scuffed up his knees pretty good. We were actually talking about it today. He's like, it was my foot, my knee, my hip, and my arm, and right here.
Did it hit anywhere? Is there anywhere that kid didn't get hit?
Oh yeah, it just, he didn't try to catch himself at all. He just ate it. And almost immediately was like, nope, I'm done with bikes forever.
Never again.
Yeah. I've tried to get him on it. He has tried it a couple more times. I think as he gets older,
Yeah.
if we live in a neighborhood where there's a lot of kids out riding on bikes, so he might get back into it. But
Yeah.
we ended up getting him a Razor scooter, which he loves that thing. So he just tears after everybody on that. But you got to let him do it, man. You got to let him eat it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they, let's say he did real good, never fell, and then he did that somewhere where I'm not around, he does fall and hurts himself, but isn't prepared for that.
Yeah.
And loses his shit, right?
Has no idea how to get back up. Has no idea how to deal with it.
Yes. Because that's what I tried to teach him there. I was like, stand up, dust yourself off. You're fine. You didn't break any bones. It's just a little road rash, bud. I've had it all over my body.
Quite literally.
It'll heal. You'll be okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm glad he did it there, because then I could do that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I could pick him up, show him like, hey, get back in the saddle, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't want to do that. He was, I'm done.
No.
He was pretty scuffed up, so I kind of understood. I was like,
Yeah.
you could be done, buddy, for today, but we're gonna try again.
Yeah.
Eventually.
We're not going to quit.
No,
No.
I'm not gonna let him quit.
No. Yeah.
Cora, though, she's my little Tasmanian devil. She ate it, and then the next day was like, "Can I ride my bike?" I'm like, yeah, go for it.
Short-term memory.
Yep.
Gotta love it.
Yep.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. Every kid's different. You know, I was thinking about when you're telling that story, looking back on, you know, Connor did the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, riding his bike, take the training wheels off and eats it. And he didn't care. I'm pretty sure, it's been so long, I don't remember the exact details of the story, but if I remember correctly, he got up like that day.
Yeah.
You know, we cleaned his wounds off, put some Band-Aids on. He ran right back out the door and jumped on his bike.
That's awesome.
You know, took off. You know, he was pretty fearless to the point where it scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I was more worried about letting him do dangerous things safely.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how to be safe with that kid, because he was going 100 miles an hour at all times
in everyday life.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
You know, I've got a video of him somewhere with a old Redskins football helmet, like a pretend one, you know, for kids, just running into the wall head first. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing, kid? But the difference where we're at, I think it's fun for me because I get to kind of live vicariously through you all.
Yeah.
And then, our friends, Tommy and Chris, same thing. I go to their houses a lot and they have their kids.
Yep.
I always joke like, 50% of me wants to come hang out with y'all, but the other 50, I need my kid fix.
Yeah, man.
I need to come over and be around kids because it's, I come home and, I'm not lonely, but it's me and the dog. My son's out doing things. So when I'm talking to my son, it's usually kind of heavy stuff.
Yeah.
It's life stuff. It's like, well, you're broke as a joke and you have 2 things of ramen left and you don't get paid for 4 days. I guess you better ration that ramen out, bud. That was last week.
Save the broth.
That was right last week. He was like, Dad, I can't have any money. And I was like, consider this a life lesson.
Mhm.
You will not starve. Don't share the ramen though.
Yeah.
That's yours. If you bought it, that's yours. But you will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And he got so mad at me. and I was like, well, I mean, these are the things that you got to learn.
Yeah.
And so.
And that's another thing too, right? Like we want our kids to call us. We want them to know, hey, if you need a safety net, I can be your safety net. However,
not all the time.
Not all the time.
No.
If it's something completely within your control, you better figure it out, young man.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the other half of that story is I happen to know that he just got back from his trip from Chicago. So it gets back and is broke.
Yeah.
Zero negative money in his account. But I happen to know that he had gone out to dinner with some friends 2 nights before.
Oh, there it is.
And I was like, well, you probably shouldn't go out to dinner. Well, I thought I'd earned it with working hard for a week. Working hard for a week is called expectation.
Yeah.
That's meeting the expectation, son.
Welcome to the real world.
Yes. If I patted myself on the back every time I made it through a week, bud, let's get you through a year.
Yeah, there you go.
How about you go 2 months without needing any assistance from dad?
Yeah.
How about we start there?
Make it through a quarter.
Yeah. Exactly. But the difference where we're at, listening to you and the struggles that you have, and I know you've laughed at me.
Yeah.
You've laughed at me quite a few times.
Oh,
oh boy, you got some real struggles you're dealing with that kid, right? And it's a whole different parallel because I'm more relying on. I really hope I taught him right.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to him earlier tonight, before you came over, and his number 3 cylinder is misfiring.
Oh my god!
He was telling me about it, and I was like, "So what do you think that is?" He goes, "It's a spark plug." Okay, smart guy. Do you know how to change it? I do, and I've looked at it. It's not fun. You got to take the top end of that motor off.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, it's a pain in the ass." I said, "Yeah, are you gonna be able to do it?" And he's smart ass Connor. He goes, "Yeah, I grew up with you."
Oh, there you go.
I said, okay, well, if you get stuck or you have questions, ask, because that's a serious thing. If you mess things up, you can screw up your whole engine. So
yeah,
I think I'm going to go, and at least be
supervise.
Around. If he wants to do it, I'll let him do it and just sit around and hang out with him and BS with him. But I want to make sure it gets done right, because that's a pretty serious task. It's not just as simple as pulling a spark plug out and putting it back in again.
Yeah, it's not.
He's got to pull the air intake off and top of it. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a damn Jeep.
Yeah, them Jeeps, man.
Yeah, it's a Jeep Cherokee. I thought I was doing a good thing by getting him a decent vehicle, and I shouldn't have done it.
I like Jeeps. I like the way some
live
of
and
them
learn.
look, but...
Well, it's a Jeep Cherokee. It's not even a fun Jeep. It's not a real Jeep.
Yeah,
it's a Jeep Cherokee. It's a nice vehicle, and I thought he was going to be able to, around here with snow, it's all-wheel drive.
Yeah,
but it's not worked out for the best. But you live and learn, right?
It is what it is, man. And he's, he's a young man. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
And I think he's got a decent head on his shoulders. Like, yeah, he's going to make stupid decisions, right?
Does, yeah. But no,
we all did.
Yeah.
And no matter how much you want to be able to safeguard your children from making those stupid decisions, they're still going to do it. So you might as well let them do it, as long as, like you said, right? Do dangerous stuff safe.
Yep.
Just
don't die.
Just don't die.
Anything less of dying
or go to jail,
yourself, or losing a limb or an eye.
Yeah.
I say let them go. Let them fall out of the tree and break their collarbone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm serious. Like you haven't lived until you've fallen out of a pine tree.
Oh yeah.
15 feet up and broken your collarbone.
Yeah.
Mom.
You remember what was that game on The Price is Right? Plinko?
Oh man.
Dude,
Yeah.
I fell from the top. We had a tree. We called it the tree.
Yeah.
My sisters and cousins and I, we had 4-wheeler trails behind our house.
Yeah.
And it was like the center point. It was the turnaround point. But it was huge and we all climbed it. And I used to try to get all the way to the top, or at least as close to the top as possible. And I slipped and fell, and I plinkoed down that damn thing all the way to the ground.
Hit every damn branch.
Every branch.
Every damn branch. No wonder you're so damn ugly.
Bro.
You hit every branch of the ugly tree.
Yeah. I tell you, I was lucky I didn't break anything, but it was a long fall.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 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 I was thinking about just the lessons that I thought was so important to teach Connor.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them were important, but some of them I look back and was like, that really wasn't that important.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't spend so much time on worrying about these things.
Yeah.
Because in the grand scheme of life, like if he screws it up, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, that's the
be
thing,
fine.
man, is you're not going to know until you know.
No.
Right. And
Yeah.
what's that term? Monday morning quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. Armchair quarterback, Monday morning quarterback. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. I feel the same way, and even with just troops in general, like I'll give them some advice and then afterwards I'll be like, damn, why did I tell them that?
Yeah.
Because that's a whole new generation all its own. It was way different when I was an airman.
Yeah.
And I basically just told them what I did and went through,
Mm-hmm.
hoping that it would work.
Yep.
That's what I'm trying to do with my kids. But, the way I grew up and how my kids are growing up, night and day, different.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't change it.
No.
I find myself, and I have to fight myself sometimes trying. I try so hard to get back to that like 1990s nostalgia growing up.
But it's not the 90s.
It's not.
I know. I'm not telling you that because I'm like, oh my God, why would you do that? I'm telling you that because I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Try to force them to be like that.
Yeah.
But, it's not. And there's things that they have to deal with that we never did.
Mm-hmm.
The internet, cell phones.
Yeah.
Up until this podcast, I didn't know shit about AI.
No, dude.
And I've been using AI left and right. I ain't gonna lie, and it's I've incorporated it in stuff at work.
Mm-hmm.
And then Connor's talking about it all the time. And I'm like, this is their life.
Yes.
They're growing up in a different world.
Yes.
They're gonna live in a different world.
Yep.
And
then they're going to teach their kids who are going to be growing up in a completely different world than they did.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's just that cycle, right?
Yeah. So as much as we want to, because my eyes, I think most people would agree, it was simpler.
Yes.
In the 80s and 90s, kids, it was simpler back then. You didn't have cell phones. You
Mhm.
didn't have internet. You didn't have to worry about cyberbullying
No.
and all these things that we have to worry about with internet and them getting a hold of stuff,
Mhm.
on their phones that they shouldn't be. That's going to just, taint their mind
Yeah.
and all this.
Well, dude, it's like I grew up in the country.
Yeah.
And we'd wake up in the morning on the weekends, and especially during summer break. It was you get up, brush your teeth, get dressed, eat your breakfast, and then get the hell out of the house.
Yep.
And you're not
Every
allowed
day.
in. We drank from the hose if we were thirsty.
Uh-huh.
Mom or dad would call out, hey, lunch is ready. Come in,
Yep.
hammer a sandwich into you, and then get back
Right
outside.
back out the door. And then the street lights was your dinner bell.
We didn't have street lights.
Yeah.
It was when that
When that
sun started
sun-
going down,
Yeah.
you better get
You
back.
better carry your ass home.
Yeah. But we'd be
Yeah.
3 miles away on top of a mountain
Yeah.
doing a hike, playing games,
Yeah.
6 cow pastures away in the other direction.
I know.
Now for me, my kids want to go to the playground here on base. I'm like, hell no, let me put my shoes on. I'm going with you.
Yeah.
Mostly because,
Well, it's a different world.
I don't trust anybody. Even on a military installation, I don't trust anybody
No, I agree.
when it comes to that
I'm
stuff
the same way.
with my kids.
I have cameras in this house outside.
Yeah.
Like, surveillance cameras and stuff
Yep.
so that I can see what's going on.
Yep.
And we live on probably the most secure gated community you can have.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The crime here is very minimal.
Mm-hmm. But, like we teach our kids the same thing as we were taught, like stranger danger, somebody tries to get you,
Yeah.
you yell and scream and claw and fight, whatever. But I still I need to at least have eyes on my children
Mhm.
in some way, shape, or form. But my parents were like, go.
Yeah. See, I was I was pretty. I let Connor go a lot.
Yeah.
But some of that was some of it was like out of necessity
Mm-hmm.
because it was just me.
Yeah.
And so, and I lived in a neighborhood when he was younger. It was mainly down in Louisiana, and I had a lot of friends that lived in that neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a you know kind of away from all the stuff. And so I felt pretty confident.
Yeah.
But I, looking back, I was like, oof, man, that might have been a bad thing if something would have happened to
Yeah.
him, right? Because it wasn't like it was out in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Bossier, and at the time, it wasn't as bad. It was a smaller part, kind of off the beaten path.
Yeah.
I felt safe. There was a lot of cops, a lot of military in the
Yeah.
neighborhood. But
And that's the thing too, man. Like if you have similar people living around you that are also raising their kids
Yeah.
kind of to the same standard,
Yeah.
right? You can lean on them, and they're gonna if they'll recognize him if he's out there dinking around and doing something he's not supposed to.
Oh, I get phone calls all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think when my kids get older, I'm definitely going to give them more slack on that. Like go play, ride your bike, stuff like that. But I got to see where we're going to live for one, what Mississippi's going to be like. Because if we're out in the country, if I got a piece of land, then tear it up.
Yeah.
Stay on the prop.
Go. Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, man. That's some stuff that I want to be able to give to them too. You know what I mean? Like that ability, that freedom. Because I think you learn some lessons when you're out there with just your friends.
You do.
And something happens, and it's like, don't tell dad. Like,
Yeah. You do something wrong, or
Yeah.
mess with the wrong stuff. And,
Yep.
Oh shit. Now we got to make it back to the house
Yeah.
and hide the evidence.
Yep.
And keep our mouths shut.
Yeah. Tape up the cut that you got.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like I'm good.
Yep.
Fine.
Just got to use the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I really like about team sports and outdoor stuff, fishing, hunting, hiking. So many life lessons.
Yeah.
That they learn. And honestly, looking back, I learned a lot too, just from my son. Like his reaction to things and how he would see things was completely different than how I saw things.
Well, yeah.
And like his process and way he would go about, doing this. I remember the first time that I was teaching him how to clean a fish.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was maybe 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we've been fishing before that, but I never really got into cleaning the fish. He'd watch me, but I never really got into it because you got to use a really sharp knife.
Yeah.
And honestly, he was so all over the place. I was like, not even a million years. Am I giving
fillet knives ain't nothing to mess with.
Yeah. He was like 100 miles an hour all the time. I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
But he got old enough and started calming down. So I was like, all right, we can do this. Anyway, he would, I would show him a cut and then I'd have him do it and then show him a cut and have him do it. And he was just kind of talking me through, like what he thought we were doing. And, the way he was telling me was completely different than I was describing it. He wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
But he was just doing it a different way. And then once he kind of got old enough to where I would just, he would just take the fish and just go clean it. I would watch him. And he wouldn't do it the same way. And a lot of times I'd be like, oh, you need it. No, wait a minute, Matt. Hold on. Let him do this.
It's his process, right?
And he had his own process.
Yeah.
And it worked. And I was like, well, I've got to step back and let him do this.
Yep.
And he did. He figured his own way out. He used to tell me all the time, like, my way is better, Dad.
Yeah.
I can clean a fish quicker than you can. Like,
everybody's way is better, right?
All right. Yeah. And I'm good with it. Right. But, it's kind of that balance and figuring out, where do I just, let him go? And then where do I need to be more careful? Because the world is not the same as it was in the 80s and 90s.
Gosh, no.
I didn't grow up like way out in the country, but it was a pretty small town at the time. And, we had some space. There was some land. It was kind of a family area. And I would get on my bike with my friends and we would go all day. And at the time, my mom caught us multiple times since then. But like at the time, she had no idea where we were going. We were riding 15 miles outside of town.
Golly.
We were like way out. And she would get a phone call from one of her friends. Do you know that Matt, and it was like 3 Matts in the group.
Yeah.
And a couple other folks are out on Highway 42 going out towards Bridgewater.
All I could think of is Ed, and Eddie, that old cartoon.
Yeah.
Matt,
it was like
Matt, Matthew, and Maddie.
Yeah. The or they say, you know, the Matts,
Yeah.
or, you know, Matt and Wes, or Matt and Chris, or whatever. You know, they're 10 miles outside of town riding on a 4-lane highway in the median, you know, and we're like 6th grade,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, 5th, 6th grade. Oh my gosh, no, I didn't know that. Of course, we got caught because it was one of those towns where a lot of people, I mean, you know, a lot of people knew everybody, and they kind of all kept an eye on everybody's
Yeah.
kids. So you couldn't get away with shit.
Yeah.
You couldn't get away with that.
I honestly, we were kind of able to do that in Oklahoma when we were stationed at Vance a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we lived on a cul-de-sac. Behind us was the perimeter fence, right? And there was a playground. I could sit in my backyard and see the playground over my fence.
Yeah.
And all the kids that lived in that area, they all went to school together. They were all the same age. So that was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Here, like, we got some hooligans running around this
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Saw some kids out there this past summer. They had airsoft guns shooting random kids with it.
Out.
Oh, he's got to go outside. But I feel like, you know, you ain't wrong, right? The world is different. It's not. What was that? I saw the other day. That mom who let their kid walk to the store, which was like across the street or something like that, and somebody called the cops and they showed up and arrested her for like child endangerment. It was a while ago. I don't know all the facts. Like, I don't know how close the store was, but from what I had read in a little synopsis was the store was pretty close. The kid was like 10 or 11. It was like, "Hey mom, I want to get a soda." She's like, "Here's $2."
Yeah.
It's right there. And she gets a knock on the door, and it's the video you see is the body cam footage of the cops. And they're like, "You need to step outside, ma'am." Blah, blah, blah. Put her in handcuffs for letting her kid walk to the store. That was like right there.
That's illegal?
Apparently.
How old was the kid?
Like 10 or 11. Dude, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was gone.
Where was this?
I don't even remember.
Was it like some big city or?
Yeah, it looked pretty.
Okay. I mean,
that's
just curious to
me. The cops had body cameras, so like
illegal enough to put her in bracelets. Like, not even like, "Hey, ma'am, you can't do this."
Yeah,
blah,
no.
blah. It was like, "You're going to jail today."
Yeah. It was wild to me, man.
That's a little much in my opinion, but okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Like when we used to go stay with our mom.
And that was every day for me.
Mm-hmm.
Always going.
Dude, we had a shop, like a little store right across the street from where my mom lived in this little town called Umsteadville. And we used to go around and collect bottles and cans and take them to the redemption, you know, so we had our own money. We would go over there at least 2 or 3 times a day. Get us a candy bar or get a soda or something like that. Apparently we can't do that anymore as parents. We can't let our kids go do stuff like that. That's why I want to live in a small town, man.
Yeah.
Small town vibes.
Well, you know where I'm looking to go.
Yes.
And I'm looking to get some land because now, I mean, I won't have any kids, but, you know, maybe one day I'll have grandkids or something.
Yeah.
And but like, I want like, and, you know, all my cousins, their kids are basically grown to the, all at least high school. Most of them are college age or, you know, like seniors in high school and stuff. But, like I want a place where it's open or it's mine. I can feel safe. And, you know, if somebody brings their kids over or grandkids or whatever it is, you know, they can just go. Like, grab the 4-wheeler and go. Don't break your neck is my only thing. Don't die. Don't break your neck.
Yep.
Other than that, have a good time.
Yeah, just tear it up.
Yep. If you sink the damn thing, you sink it. We'll pull it out. It'll be fine. I can fix it.
We had that growing up. We had 4-wheelers, and some of our family friends had dirt bikes and like little 50 cc's and stuff.
I had a lot of friends that had dirt bikes and stuff.
I thank God gas was cheaper back then because we used to go through it, man.
Oh man.
I mean, I'd be asleep and I'd hear the dirt bike fire up next door. Ring, bing, 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 bing. And I'd poof. I'm up.
Yep.
Be like, the boys are riding. Yeah.
Breakfast. Nope.
Throw on whatever the hell was laying around on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't clean. Probably still crusty from
the day before. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we would hop on them things and just take off, man. Yeah. We'd just be gone. But our parents, they knew though. They taught us like, you be safe. Yep. You're not going to go out there and be doing dumb stuff. But I feel like we can't. I don't know. I want to be able to do that for my kids. I'm hoping I can find a piece of land in Mississippi.
Yeah, I think you will. That'd be good.
Eventually. It'll take a little bit.
It takes some time. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Get something maybe a little further north.
Yeah.
Then you'll be in Tennessee. We won't be too far away.
Yeah. 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 I was thinking about if I could go back with Connor
Mm-hmm.
and just teach him or show him or instill one thing in him that I haven't or that I feel like maybe I didn't enough, what would it be? And I was thinking, and I was like, man, that's
a tough.
yeah.
That's a
I
tough
don't, you
one,
know, because there's a lot of things. I don't look at myself as a failure dad or anything like that, right? There's a lot of things I'm like, oh, I could have been better, you
Yeah.
know.
I think we all
yeah,
feel that
I'm
way.
not the dad that's like, oh man, I failed my kid. No, I don't feel that way.
Yeah.
I know I was far from perfect.
I honestly,
I was far from perfect.
when I look at any parent and they're like, oh, oops, sorry about that. It's my alarm.
It's time to get up.
Huh?
It's time to get up.
No, it's time to start winding it down.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get back into the gym.
Yeah.
Trying to go to bed earlier.
Yeah.
Instead of staying up till 10.
I've been trying to do that too.
Stuff like that, but shit, I forgot what I was saying though. Me neither.
Here we go.
One distraction.
Oh,
through it.
You were talking about how parents, and then you got.
Oh yeah. I feel like any parent that's like, oh no, I've knocked it out of the park. I'm the best parent in the world. Like, bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, guy. You live on Instagram then, huh? We're supposed to believe your happy little Instagram page is your true life. Like you guys never fight each other over what you're cooking for supper, right?
Yeah.
You never battle with your kids because they threw dirty underwear on underneath their bed, right? So I feel like a lot of parents would agree with you, right?
Yeah.
Don't have to be perfect.
No.
I don't think there is a perfect.
They don't come with a damn instruction manual.
No, but I feel like I don't know. I agree with you, right? As a father, like you were saying, if you could go back, what would it be? In that you're not perfect at it, but again, none of us are.
Yeah.
So
yeah. You know, I was thinking about that question though. You know, what's one thing that, you know, if I could go back and instill, I don't want to say change because there's a lot of like, of course, specific instances that I shouldn't have reacted that way or shouldn't have said that or done that, that I could go down that rabbit hole for a very long time and it doesn't lead to anywhere good.
Yeah.
But just like one thing that I wish that maybe I could have done a little bit better at instilling. And I think the main thing would be to ensure that he knows it's okay to fail.
Yeah.
Because I was pretty tough on getting it right.
Yeah.
You know, and I see that now because how he is with himself. He's pretty hard on himself. And you know, and I'm like, well, it's not all bad, but I wish maybe it would have helped his confidence level. Because for a long time, he really struggled with self-confidence.
Yeah.
For a very long time struggled with self-confidence. And it really wasn't until just recently when he left the house and he's out doing it on his own. And I really think that was the why behind why he left was like, I need to go do this so I can prove to myself that I can do this.
Yeah.
Because I think I was so worried about getting it right, you know, going through the process, working your ass off all the time. I forgot to just let him be a kid sometimes.
Yeah.
And I forgot to just be like, you know what? It's okay that you jacked that up.
Yep.
It's okay that you messed that up. It's okay you failed that test. What did you learn from it? How much time did you actually study? Did you study for 5 minutes? Did you study for 3 hours and you just didn't know what the hell you were looking at? But you didn't ask for help? Like, what was the problem? What caused you to do this thing, mess this up, not get this grade, whatever it was? But instead, I was more focused on, you know, you could do better. You're smarter than this. You should have studied more. You should have, would have, could have.
Yeah.
What happened. So I think if there was one thing that, you know, I could have done better at that.
Yeah.
You know, I could have done better at patience, being more patient.
That's my thing. I feel like for a lot of stuff with my kids, I do the same thing, right? If you're going to do something, do it right the first time. But you're 100% correct. Like, we got to let them be kids. They're not going to knock it out of the park every single time. And I like how you worded that, right? Because you could take lessons out of a failure, as many lessons out of a failure as you can out of a win, right? And vice versa. There's a lot of things to be learned through both of them, regardless of how big or small it is. But no, I kind of like that, man. I'm glad you said that. Kind of got me thinking a little bit. Maybe I need to work on that too. I have the chance to do it now.
Yeah.
So thank you. Now I'm actually gonna.
I would say, I would imagine probably most dads could work on that,
Mhm.
just because I just think by nature, um, we're fixers,
Yep.
and we want to get it right all the time, and we kind of put that on our own kids.
Hmm.
Um, and so I think, especially maybe sons too, I think we just in the back of our minds, we're probably a little bit harder on our sons than we
Yeah.
are our daughters, just because we're just like, we know how important it is to raise a good man.
Yeah.
Somebody who's a good person, who's going to be a good husband, who's going to be a good father,
Yep.
who's going to be a good employee. And plus we know what they're going to go through
Mhm.
because we were sons.
Yep.
We were young kids, young boys. We know where our minds were at, and then
Oh God.
not in the place where they should be most of the
No,
time.
man. I'm
You
gonna
know?
steal a little phrase from one of my friends. He always compared himself to, or when his saying was, when he was younger, and I'm the same way. When he was younger, when I was younger, it was basically like just running around in the forest, beating our head against a tree because we didn't know what else to do. Just little feral creature boys. You know what I mean? And I feel like my son's like that. He doesn't know what to do with this like energy sometimes.
Yeah.
And um yeah, he's just running around beating his head against a tree.
Yeah. 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 Being being a parent is not an easy
No.
task.
It's
And
probably the most fulfilling thing
Yeah.
and the thing that has made me the happiest in my life, but golly, there are some days, man, I want to tear them kids up.
yeah. Yeah. And I think understanding the importance
Mhm.
of being present as a father.
Yeah.
No matter the situation, even if you're not in the best situation, even if you're separated from your kids for whatever reason, you know, um, I think it's important to just be present
Yep.
as possible as you can.
Yeah.
Like I really love to watch you, and like you really put a lot of effort into being there as much as possible, even before you started your retirement journey and you were at home a lot.
Yep.
Now it's a little bit easier for you in this moment because you are able to be home
Yeah.
and you have a lot of time. But when we were working together and there was almost no time,
Yeah.
I remember you would tell me, yeah, we're doing this weekend, we're going here, or I'm just going to hang at the house or whatever it is. Any chance that you had,
Hmm.
you have been there.
Yep.
And I just think that's pretty awesome because it's so easy to get caught up in all the things
Hmm.
and work. And oh man, I got so much to get done. I got to stay late. I got to go in early. Somehow I got to find some gym time.
Yep. That
And
that you time, right?
and you're so worried about all the getting the kids the activities,
Hmm.
doing the homework. And really what they value is just you.
Yeah.
And their time. They're not going to remember their spelling bee from third grade.
No.
They're not going to remember, how well you did or they did on a test. They're not going to remember how many hours you worked and what awards you got, how much money you made.
Hmm.
But they are going to remember you being there
Yeah.
at that event, that you were there at home with them, that you took them fishing.
Hmm.
They're going to remember those hunting stories, those fishing stories.
Yep.
And doing all those things with them, even if it's just as simple as just being there, reading a book,
Yeah.
just hanging out,
Yep.
watching a movie, whatever it is.
We took the kids fishing a few weeks back. Well, shoot, a couple months now.
Yeah.
But I cast out a line and I handed it to Cora, and then I casted my line out, and as soon as it hit the water, mine goes under. Right, bang,
Nice.
trout on. So I'm trying to fight that, and then all of a sudden she goes, "Oh!" and starts reeling. And so we're doubled up, standing side by side.
Oh yeah.
And I almost threw my pole completely and
Yeah.
just into the dirt.
Like, what?
I want her to catch a fish.
Yeah.
And then she did real good. Kept it up, kept reeling, constant tension, and it got close to the shore. And I could see it was like, man, that's a good sized trout.
Yeah.
Then I saw mine, and mine was a little bit bigger. But we doubled up and we caught him right there. The wife helped. She netted mine, so we got mine out of the way. And I went over to Cora, and she was like, "Let me do it." Just sitting there fighting that thing, fighting
yeah.
that thing.
That's
We got it
Makes
in.
me smile.
But still, she's like, we'll talk about fishing. She'll be like, "Dad, remember that fish that I caught that one time?" I'm like, "Yeah, baby,
Yeah.
tell me the story. I want
Yeah.
to hear about it again." So
She'll always remember.
that's
that,
exactly.
You know,
I love it, man.
she'll always remember that.
Yep.
So, yeah, even I sacrificed a lot of time with Connor. Trying to balance, being active duty and aircraft maintenance, and in a single dad.
In a
for
single,
most of
yeah,
it,
dude, it's tough, brother.
But and I've always concerned myself with what's he gonna remember once he's older. I shouldn't have done that because there was no concern. Because what he talks about when I was there, the fact that he knows that he noticed
Yeah.
that I would come home dog ass tired and still help him with his homework.
Yep.
That
That's
Saturday
it, brother.
morning we were still going to get up and go fishing or go watch the game or whatever it was, go do the things that he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Our thing was always Bass Pro.
Hell yeah.
We would go to Bass Pro, and
Hell
he
yeah.
still tells stories about the two of us going to Bass Pro shop.
Nice.
And I usually let him pick out like a new fishing lure or something like that, and then we go fishing.
Yep. Test it out, man.
Yeah, we'd grab a couple cheeseburgers on the way.
Yeah.
Throw them in the truck, and then we'd roll out and go somewhere fishing, go to the lake fishing. And he still remembers that. And I've asked him before, like, do you ever like wish that I would have, not done what I did and spent more time? And he was like, no, because any chance you had, you were with me.
Yeah.
When you weren't with me, you had to be gone. You were at work. I was like, well, okay.
That's good that he understands.
I had no idea that he even realized. Well, to be fair, he didn't realize that in the moment.
Well, no, as a young kid,
of course not.
But none of us understand those things. It's
not
it takes a long
10, 11,
time.
12, 13 years old. But yeah, no, he's actually told me that a couple of times recently. Like,
nice.
Like, Dad, like I know that you spend as much time as possible with me.
Yeah.
You never chose anything other than me, even when you were at work, like, so, which is really cool to hear.
Yeah.
It's really like, okay, I got a couple of things right. And that relationship, being just us for so long, in fact, he talks to me a little too much sometimes as he's gotten older. He's like, Dad, he tells me stories, and we're not going to get into all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like he tells me stories, and I'm like, son, I love that you feel comfortable talking to me. I don't need to know these things. Like, it's okay. Well, I just think it's funny, and
it is.
It's not. It's yes. However, we can dial back.
Yeah, there's some
right?
things I want to
not go into details.
Yeah.
I don't need to know everything.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy, and I certainly don't want to give him the idea that I don't want to hear him.
Yeah.
I just joke with him, but like I do enjoy having him call me. When he makes a stupid decision, like I don't know, go to Chicago on $100.
Man, that shit was funny.
Which is a 12 to 13 hour drive in the middle of the winter time.
Yeah.
And with a snowstorm on the way. And, yeah, great idea, son, but he called me.
Yeah.
He called me when he was in a jam.
Yeah.
He was so excited. He sent me pictures of his first weld. He started welding school.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And he sent me pictures of his first weld today. And I felt bad because I was in the middle of work and that was real busy day. So I texted, I did take like 2 seconds to text him. I was like, hey, I can't really talk to you right now. I'm super busy at work, but as soon as I have a chance, I want to hear all about this.
Yeah, dude.
And so on my way, I was getting ready to leave the office. Said, hey, I'm going to call you in a minute. I want to hear about your day and hear about your first day of real class. He had like introductions yesterday. And so, and he said, yeah. I'm home, and he had just gotten home from work, and he went on and on. I was so proud.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
Because I've been big on pushing him to trades.
Yeah,
it's just my thing. I'm not saying college is bad or anything like that. And he actually wants to go to school because he wants to own a business.
That's cool.
He wants to go to business school, whatever. So, and I'm down. Like I totally support that. But I'm just glad that he's doing something with his hands right now. But he was so excited, and he was talking about all the equipment, and he was like, Dad, it's going to be expensive for me to get this stuff. And I was like, I told you, when it comes to education, that's my job.
Yeah, man.
Like I will get you the things. I know welding. He's like, Dad, welding helmets are expensive. The good ones. I know, but you need a good one.
Yeah.
We will do it. Don't worry about that.
Yep.
I've got money set aside for your education. That's what this is. And it's investing in you and your life.
Yeah.
But just hearing him so excited about that was really cool.
That's good, man.
Because it's taken him a while. He's hit some speed bumps. He's hit some brick walls, many of which he put in front of him, kind of like his dad.
Yeah.
He is a lot like me, he learns the hard way.
Yeah. No.
He's going to run his head through the wall 5 times before he realizes I probably shouldn't do that. Well, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
And I learned the same way, and he didn't necessarily take the route that I would have chosen out of high school, but he's doing it.
Mhm.
He's learning the adult things. He's being an adult. He's troubleshooting his vehicle. He's thinking about investing money. Like we sat and talked about investments for like 30 minutes the other night.
Nice.
He's thinking about all this. Man, I didn't at 19.
No.
I know what I was thinking, and it wasn't investments, and we'll leave it at that, folks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's having the right discussion. So I've really enjoyed that. Just looking back. So you have a lot to look forward to with yours.
I know.
And
that's why I want this, I want real estate to work so that I can have the time to be there to do those things, So many people are like, man, why don't you just start another career? I'm like, because I gave up so much of my time with my family on this first one. And I'm hoping I'm able to do something a little bit different that gives me more opportunity and more freedom to do things like that, be there for the kids. Maybe, I don't know, man, we only get one go around on this big blue ball. I want to try to get the most out of it as I can. And one day I'm not going to be there for my kids, and I want them to grow up with those memories, but also the strength, the knowledge, and everything that I could possibly instill into them, so that when they're that older person, right, that older bourbon barrel, they can reach back in the Rolodex and be like, yeah, Dad taught me this. Now I'm going to teach it to this person.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's ultimately what it's all about.
Yeah, man.
When they look back and they can remember back in their little Rolodex in the brain that they got of, the lessons that they've learned from us, the things that you taught them, and it makes them better.
Yep.
And they pass it on to their kids. And it's a generational thing, and they say, well, Dad wasn't perfect. He probably, should have done it this way or that way or whatever, in their opinion. Right. And they can learn from that too.
Yeah.
But it's, I think the biggest thing is just, they just want our time.
Yep.
All the other stuff we'll figure out. They'll get past it. They'll forgive us for, snapping at them when we shouldn't have, raising the voice when we're only doing it because we're frustrated or we're tired or whatever, right? They won't even remember that, but they will remember you sitting in the stands watching them do whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
They will remember you getting them up before the sun comes up to go on that hunt.
Yeah.
And, laying out all the equipment the night before.
Dude, I can't wait.
They will remember you reeling in that fish with them side by side.
Yeah.
And that's the ultimate, that's the ultimate thing that just, that's the fulfillment that you get from being a dad. It's pretty special.
It's kind of an awesome gig.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not bad. I've kind of enjoyed it,
Yeah.
It never really ends. I've realized that. I used to joke like, oh man, when Connor's 18, he's out the door. I'm done.
Nah.
Brother, I can tell you. Okay. The old pocketbook.
Yeah. Yeah.
It gets more expensive. We even talked about this when you were over here and he was calling me about his whole trip to Chicago and his Jeep breaking down. And I was like, yeah, the issues get way more expensive and complex the older they get.
Right now I'm dealing with Daddy, I cut my Barbie's hair off. Like, that's too easy, baby. I got that. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, with you.
Meanwhile, I'm over here going,
not sure if it's the radiator or the transmission.
I'm like, oh boy. All right. Well, and you're in Chicago, so we're gonna have to get a hotel.
Mhm.
We're gonna have to find a way to tow it to the shop. This is
Cha-ching,
gonna
cha-ching,
get
cha-ching,
pricey.
cha-ching.
Yeah, dollar signs are just all I see are dollar signs. I don't even see anything in front of me. It's just cha-ching,
Yeah.
cha-ching, cha-ching. But you know what? We got through it.
Hell yeah,
And he's
man.
back home. He made it safe. His Jeep's running, sort of. That damn thing. We're gonna have to sell that thing or
Yeah.
something. But yeah, like we were actually talking about that today about, Dad, I'm going to pay you back. That's why I really want to do this one thing. I was like, well, I know. Yeah, you are right. You will pay me back.
Some way,
That's,
shape, or
that's not an
form.
option, my
Yeah.
friend. But we'll work through it. Don't worry about it right now. You don't have the assets to do that in this moment, but we'll figure it out. Go from there. But this was fun.
Yeah, man, this was fun.
Yeah, I like
Hell
this
yeah.
one.
It's a good conversation, good topic. Yeah. Sorry.
I thought you were going to say something. I was like,
my mind's still going, man. But
I'm over here like
this is a good one.
Yeah,
This is a good one.
Yeah.
So,
well, guys, I think this is going to conclude this episode. Like, share, do all the things. Give us some comments. All right. Subscribe, YouTube, Spotify. We're out there on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Amazon Music. Apple and Amazon Music is audio only. YouTube and Spotify, you can do either video, and then you could also choose audio only and Spotify. We appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great week.
take care, y'all.